were here last, and it's been a long time. So anyway, we're here for 3 days, two and a half days, something like that. And take a look. Oh my goodness, looks in good shape. Let's go back over on the other side. Go to port here. Oh yeah, stayed really good. The only water I'll have is right up here on the bow. Now even that looks like that's pretty much all right. Good deal. All right. Well, we'll get out here a little bit after we unload the car, but got a lot of work we have planned, and some great opportunity to finish up stuff and get some new stuff started, and we'll explain all that later. Actually, tomorrow morning, I'm helping my brother put his mast up on his S2, and we'll be doing a little bit of that, and I won't be able to sail probably tomorrow, but at least his mast is going up, and kind of late in the season, but my brother did a complete overhaul on his foredeck. They tore it all up and re-cored everything with marine plywood, no doubt, no less. So he's going to be in great shape. He's going to have good solid decks on his boat now. So anxious to go and see that too. So all right, we'll talk about that tomorrow. And in the meantime, hey, welcome back to Restoring Little Girl, and we're going to be on it. Back down in the cabin, about 6:30. Actually, it's a little before 6:30 right now. Oh, good, my clock's still running, right? Anyway, gonna get going on the sanding. I was gonna be out here earlier, but it was just staying dark a little bit longer, and I decided to wait till we got some pretty good light. So, anyway, yeah, I think we're up and running here. So. I start digging for the sandpaper. This is my carry-all bag. This is for all my foam brushes and sandpaper, and yeah, even rubber gloves, that kind of stuff that I need for all the work that I do that has to do with exterior woodwork, etc. So anyway, all right, gotta get to work. All right, be back to you in a minute. Alright guys, I guess that's it. Everything's been sanded out. Stem to stern, all up on the port side, including the breast hook here. And at this point, we're about 7:30, I think. So I'm going to go grab some breakfast and get a coat of Cetol on this before my brother ever gets here. And looking forward to it. The last coat. And she'll be ready for the water, at least as far as the exterior woodwork is concerned on a little girl. So, all right, guys, I think we'll call it quits. And we'll be back to you. Okay, guys, last coat for the tow rails. Yeah, looking forward to this for a long time. Okay, so what I've been doing, oh, I see a drip right there I need to take care of. Anyway, so what I've been doing is this. I've been doing the outside first for the whole front quarter of the boat, front half of the boat, because I went and looked at the back half, and because I was doing it from the inside, I could not see drips and stuff like that. So I went back and corrected all that back toward the stern of the boat. And then I came on the outside, and I've been standing on a bucket doing all the rest of this so that it'll be nice and neat and dripless. And then I'll get up onto the deck and do all the inside. But for right now, looking a lot better. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, here we go. Anyway, looking a lot better. No drips. Nice and neat and clean and pretty stuff. So, all right, now get up on deck and let's get the inside done. Job one done. The port and starboard tow rails are completely finished out. Everything's nicely Cetol'd, and we're finished up. And I probably didn't do this the right way, going the right way, but anyway, I think she looks pretty good. When I stop and think about how far this boat has come in 2 years, she's looking a little better. Anyway, all right, we're moving on. As I mentioned last night in the intro video, I'm going to get up on the boat and we're going to talk about the whole business of what we're going to do with the Traveler, because it's really awkward, and I'm going to show you what they did and what I'm not going to do and what I'm proposing to do. So we'll see you in just a minute up on board. Well, guys, I just dug these out. I have a box where all my paperwork and stuff came in when I got the boat. A nice, neat little Teflon type box, whatever. But these were in there. Whole bunch of these screws, and what they were for was the Traveler. And this is the way the Traveler used to sit. I don't know if you can tell, this is an edge here. Okay, so here's the edge at the back of the cockpit. By the way, I'm going to be fiberglassing this piece back in. I've got this piece. The former boatyard owner that owned this boat or was looking after this boat just took a Sawzall or something and just cut this chunk right out in order to get the motor out that he wanted. And I never got to see that motor again. It's a 9-horse Yamaha, practically brand new. I've got all the paperwork on it. I got the instruction manual on it. But anyway, he got to keep it because they owed him money for keeping this boat. So anyway, all that said and done, that's going to get fiberglass back in here. This is where the handle came through for the outboard motor, which went. This is your back slab, I guess is what you call it, where the mounts for the outboard motor go right here, and back under the lazarette, and then your handle will stick out through here so that you could actually, run the motor, port and starboard and so forth. So anyway, so I'm going to fiberglass that back in. But in the meantime, before that was cut out, the Traveler actually mounted right along this ridge, and these are the holes that it mounted with these excessively long screws like this. And I can see what they're doing. Let me see if I can get this in. Okay, that one's in. Hang on, put this one in. Right. Okay, so there we go. So there it is, and it mounts just like that, with nothing more to do with it. I mean, it's just, and multiple screws all the way down through here, holding it in, and actually be kind of a curve, with the high point being in the middle, the low point being out on the ends. I don't know, tell me what you think of it. My idea was a whole lot more glamorous, to go ahead and use some mahogany here, and have a strip that goes all the way from this coaming, port coaming to starboard coaming, and mount it with maybe a little shelf on top of this. I don't know if you can tell what I'm talking about here. Right up against the back of the the cockpit, and have it mounted on that. Maybe I'm making too big of a deal of it. I'll tell you what, it'd certainly be a whole lot of effort to just screw this thing home. Just go ahead and put in those long screws and cinch them up and be done with it. And then your Traveler just goes back and forth as needed. Your stops are right here. These still work great. No problem with the stops. Rubber. I mean, the Traveler, I completely reconditioned 2 winters ago, I think. I mean, I took this thing and stripped it down, cleaned it, oiled it, and now, thinking birds around here. Now, it just flows. This is all those rollers under there just work perfectly. So, I don't know. I'll save myself a lot of effort just by doing that. And maybe just for this year, that's exactly what I'll do. I'll just go ahead and mount it like they had it, without any kind of fancy-dancy mahogany. Just go ahead and screw it to the back of the transom and connect my boom to it, and I think we'll be up and running. All right. Well, I think I just made my work a whole lot shorter, at least for this year. All right, well, I won't bore you with this and show a whole lot of footage, but right now I'm doing what I've been chomping at the bit to do for a long time. I'm taking all this blue tape off. Everything's all Cetol, everything's done. I don't need it on there anymore. I'm taking it inboard stuff off first, and then I'll do the outboard that's along the top of the gunnel. But anyway, I've already got a good bunch of it done up at the bow, and I'm going to work my way back and get everything. All the blue tape is coming off, and ultimately I would love to wash these decks finally after all this time, all the work that's gone on to get them to this point. So, all right, back to work, pull in blue tape. Well, guys, I can't tell you how good it feels to get this blue tape, which is still on the port side because it's still drying, completely off from the starboard. All that tape has been removed, stem to stern. I love it. And when I wash the decks, it's all going to clean up very nicely. But anyway, it's nice to see all the teak toe rails nicely Cetol, and all that tape up. I've still got to do it outboard. You can still see it right there. Still have to do it there, but glad to get it off the decks. Probably going to do one more coat up here on the breast hook. Alright guys, well, losing light fast here. Sitting out in the cockpit on Little Girl. Had a good day. Got toe rails all done. Everything's all Cetol. Everything's dry. I'm getting the tape off. Everything's off from the starboard. Now I'm working on port, which I'll finish tomorrow. But in the meantime, my brother and I went out and got his mast up today. Major well, let's put it this way. We had a strong southwesterly wind coming in, and it was blowing right across the front of the boat, and all I can say is it was a major undertaking. And thankfully there were two guys there on the dock that came and helped us, and we did manage to get it up. Got all the standing rigging in place and tightened it up, so we're good to go. And after that, just came back and just tried to veg out for a while, because I'll tell you what, it was hot. And I mean really hot. The temperature's got to be up close to 90 or over, but the humidity was just killing us out there. And you know, pretty stressful when you're trying to get a mast up and you're dealing with that kind of heat. So anyway, in the meantime, I've got everything cleaned up. Boat is looking a little better this evening, and tomorrow I'm looking forward to getting after it bright and early. Want to finish getting all the blue tape up. Right now, the only way I've found to get the residue of the blue tape off is with acetone, and that's kind of scary, using acetone right next to my freshly Cetol toe rails. And so I got to see if I can't find something else to use and a little less offensive to my toe rails. So anyway, in the meantime, I think we're good for this evening, and thanks for stopping by Restoring Little Girl, and we'll see you first thing tomorrow morning. Have a good one.